Om. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaschakshu Shrotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarod Anirakaranamastvanirakaranam me astu Tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaste mai santu te mai santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Mahopanisad, chapter 6, take 33. Before that, we are seeing the means of getting rid of vasanas. The main and not main, at the practical level, the actual cause of bondage, samsara, happens to be the Trishna, the insatiable hankering for sense pleasure. Entire samsara can be equated to this Trishna. If Trishna is not there, I want this, I don't want this is not there is no samsara at all. But this is possible provided we know our Sarupa. Presently, I want this, I don't want this. Why? I am incomplete. I'm not that all contented. I want to be happier and happier and happier and happier and happier, which always remains to be a dream, but not practicality. I want to free from sorrows totally, just impossible. So long as the body mind is there, to hope to be free from all sorrows is just an utopian dream. So this being the case, I think if I get these things, I'll be happy. If I get away from this, I'll be free from sorrow. And that is what is in terms of Trishna, thirst. What type of thirst? The insatiable thirst for sense pleasure to get away from the sorrows. It can go only in my discovery, wherein I am totally aware of that I am nothing but Paramananda, limitless happiness, without any trace of whether gross body, subtle body, or the ignorance of the causal body. What I am, I alone am. There is nothing other than me. In this discovery, desires drop, Trishnas totally drop, and because there is no need of Vishaya transaction, Vishaya Vyavahara, in course by practice, the mind drops. Of course, Vidya Mukti, that's a different thing, but in Jivan Mukti by Prayatna of Jnana, Vasana Tyaga, Manonasha. The mind drops. I remain what I am in reality, free from samsara, totally Paramananda Sarupa. So therefore, this Trishna, Vishaya Trishna, has to be ended by all means through the dart of Atma-jnana, Brahma-jnana. By the arrow of the Trishna should be ended. Arrow of what? Atma-jnana, Brahma-jnana. This is what was told in the 32. Buddhi Shalakaya. By the dart or the arrow of Atma-jnana, this, and what type of tikshna, intense, wherein jnanishta is there. Destroy this Trishna Shabari, was compared to a tribal woman, Shabari. Just as the wind disperses all the clouds. Continue, 33.
मनसैव मनश्चित्वा कुठारेणेव पादपं पदं पावनमासाद्य सद्य एव स्थिरो भव
मनसा एव मनः चित्वा कुठारेण पादपम इव पावनम पदम आसाद्य सद्यः एव स्थिरः भव सद्यः एव स्थिरः भव. See, here is a prism. Here is a prism in whose proximity, just next to it, the big red hibiscus flower. A child will mistake the prism to be red. But you know, you separated that flower from the prism. Prism is colorless. Again, you kept nearby that. Again, it appears to be red in color. Yet, you know that the prism is colorless. Even though when you see it now, when the red hibiscus flower is in its proximity, it does look red. You cannot avoid it. Like that, by the means suggested by Vedanta, having discovered myself with this Paramananda Sarupa, totally free from upadhis, and yet afterwards, because of prarabdha karma, when the mind comes in picture in interaction of Jagat, the Jagat appears to be there, the body is there, the mind is there. And so long as this mind is there, the appearance of Drishya Jagat cannot be denied. So what should be done? Either by intense practice of jnana already is there, Vasana, Tyaga, and Manonasha, and the mind. And this was not. But this is as far as so long as the prarabdha continues. In the case of this jnani, once the prarabdha is over, his mind, subtle body, disintegrates. It has no sankramana. Sankramana means it has no transmigration. There is no question of that subtle body going to other embodiment, because he has got the knowledge. So that means the case, no rebirth. But till prarabdha continues, so long as the mind is there, appearance drishya jagat cannot be avoided. Just as so long as the red hibiscus is the immediate presence of the prism, appearance of red color cannot be avoided. So that means the case. So therefore, what you do, if you want to enjoy Jivan Mukti, Jivan Mukti means what? While living, not getting affected by the Manah-klesha, not being affected by the joys and sorrows of the world, that is in the world as such. So, therefore, what you do, end the mind. By what means? By the very mind. This was somewhere earlier, the example is given. A king can be subdued by equally a powerful king. Like that, this mind is not ordinary, very powerful. A powerful mind which is the like an antidote for this samsaric mind, only can destroy that. So therefore it says, manasa eva manaha chitva. By the very mind. What mind? Mind which is totally withdrawn from the Vishya. The mind which is antarmukha. The mind which is no more bahirmukha. The mind which is no more preoccupied with the Vishayas. By such introvert mind, when it comes face to face with our Swarupa, which is free from upadhis, that state of antakarana, in that the Chaitanya Rupa Atma, Paramanda Swarupa, free from the cognition of the sorrow breeding upadhis, free from cognition. Why I'm telling you, Samskara Shesha Antakarana is that which is necessary for us in the state of Nirvikalpa state of the Antakarana. Then our Swarupa gets displayed in its true nature. This is the only way of knowing our Swarupa. This is the only way of being aware of our Swarupa. This is the only way of experience of our own Swarupa, wherein the experiencer, experienced entity, experiencing thought are no more, triputis are no more. All that remains is me, the Anubhava Swarupa, Saprakasha, self-evident, Paramanda Swarupa, Chaitanya, free from the cognition of all upadhis. Cognition. Theoretically, little portion of antakarana is which is necessary. Because jnana can take place there only. Ajnana is in the antakarana only. So practical purpose, it is what? Manonasha. When you say manonasha means the mind which no more indulges in its Vishaya Smarana. The mind which no more indulges in the interaction of the Vishaya, that is the Nashtamana. Some seed of Antakarana is there, so long as Prarabdha is going to be there. So over there with the case, Manasa eva manaha chitva. Having destroyed the mind by the very mind. An illustration is given. Utarena padapam iva. Like cutting a tree, padapa, padena pibati. Very interesting. A tree is called padapa. Literally means the one who drinks with that feet, in the sense, a tree what gets its nourishment from the earth through the root, like a pada. Padapam. Utarena. Axe. You may say it's axe which cut. Yes, but without a wooden handle, axe cannot cut. Without a wooden handle, that is what? Wood itself cuts the wood. Mind itself destroys the mind. So kutare padam. Therefore, and thereby what you do? Pavanam padam asadya. Asadya. Prapya. Having got Pavanam padam, the most purifying abode, Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, Paramatma Swarupa. What happens? Sadhyaiva, instantly, Sthiraha Bhava. Be well rooted in that. Be steady in that. Let your mind get absorbed this Swarupa. And remaining in Swarupa, interact with the world like this. How? Continue.
Tishtan gachan swapan jagrat nivasanutpatan patan asadevedamidyantam nishchityastam parityaja.
Tishtan while standing. Gachan while walking. Swapan while dreaming or sleeping also. Jagran, waking. Nivasan while living. Utpatan, getting up while getting up. Patan by falling. Idam means this jagat. Idam jagat asadeva iti antaha nishchitya astham parityaja. Having done this, get rid of or give up your interest that you have got in this jagat. Tishtan while standing means what it means is 24/7. The body you may do many things as such. Whatever you do, have this vision. What is that? Tishtan, standing. Gachan, walking. Swapan, sleeping or dreaming. Jagran, while awake. Nivasan, living. Utpatan, getting up. Patan, falling. Idam, this entire Jagat. Asaditi, truly not there. It is only an appearance. It is only an appearance. Iti antaha nishchitya. Having ascertained so in one's mind, having ascertained or having convinced about it by thorough ascertainment and discovery of Swarupa, what do you do thereafter? Nishchitya astham parityaja. Your astha, interest in the Jagat, give it up. Today, our interest is the Jagat. What about Atma? Not known at all. Many may even question the existence of Atma. Why may? Do question. Which is that, and therefore what? We know not not only we know not our true Swarupa, we are so preoccupied in the Jagat. Our interest is so much in that, we have no time to inquire and discover what the truth is. Jagat is an appearance. It belies. It cheats us. We are not available to investigate this. Because mind is so preoccupied in it, Jagat. So thereby what you do? That astha, the hitherto interest that is there in the Jagat, give it up. What astha? Vishaya astha. I will get joy from the Jagat. Give it up. Remember Bhagavan's statement. The Jagat, the world wherein you are searching for happiness forever, Nitya Sukha, is Anitya Asukha Loka. Anityam Asukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajaswama. Arjuna, whether you want it or not, you have already landed in this world whose name is, which it shows what it is, Anitya, impermanent. Asukha, true happiness is not there in it at all. Landed. Why foolishness of searching and running after Nitya Sukha where it is not? See, this is a very, very this important statement of Krishna. Spirituality has to begin here only. First, knock down that erroneous notion that this Jagat will make me happy, will make me be here forever. Then you say, you have to give up, what you should do? The central question I know, person like us, for grahasthas, etc. So we are in this, what I can do? Listen. You are driving on a highway. You had set your GPS But something happened in the mechanism or your device. The GPS failed. You are driving, thinking you are on the right route, and you are speeding, mind you. Let us say 100. How much? What is the speed limit nowadays? Where Nitin Gadkari is there? Minister of road, etc., transport and road, etc. I think 100, I think. Even on express highway 100. And he has got such cameras. They are so tiny. But the moment two flashes come, 2,000 rupees debit. I don't know now it has become 4,000 or not. 2,000 rupees debit. I saw this. I was in a car. 100 cross, patak. So like this. So you're speeding. And you came to know that you are on the wrong route. Tell me, what are you going to do? Are you not slowing down? You won't apply emergency brake. There's no accident. You slow down and if necessary, come to a halt, find out and take the diversion and come to the right route. Is it not? Likewise, here, with our present pursuit of totally getting preoccupied in the Vishayas, by little exposure to Vedanta, you have come to know that this is the wrong route. Slow down these pursuits. Inquire. What inquiry? Shastra Vichar. Pure Shastra inquiry. And take the right route. Other than this, you have no means whatsoever else. So that means the case, say, we are in the wrong direction. That astha, interest of getting nitya sukha in the anitya asukha jagat, give it up. Shastra, Bhagavad Gita itself. Why Bhagavad Gita? Even once bhaja goindam is enough to take to the right route. It appears a simple text, but it gives the facts of life, which you cannot ignore at all, provided you are available for inquiry. If you are biased in your mind, who can help you? Bhagavan will say sorry. So therefore he says, astham parit. Nothing to worry. But know and get yourself convinced that you are on the wrong track. Take to inquiry, Shastra Vichara. Give slowly the right direction to your pursuit in life and the goal in life. So therefore this astham parityaja. Continue.
Drushyamaśhrayasīdam chet tatsachitosi bandhavan. Drushyam santyajasīdam chet tada chittosi mokshavan.
That manascheda, manaschitva, destroying the mind of Listen, here is the principle. When the mind continues to be the mind, when the mind ceases to be the mind, you can find out from here. Idam drishyam ashrayasi chet. Literally, if you take resort to this drishya jagat, means so long as your mind is totally preoccupied in the drishya jagat, this word says tat. Tat means here is the sense of tada. Then, in that sense, tat means the tada. Then, sachittaha bandhavanasi. Your mind is in full swing. As a result, you are bound in samsara. So long as your mind is totally preoccupied in the jagat, you have a full-fledged mind, totally bound in samsara. Other side of it. Idam drishyam santyajasi chet. If you give up this drishya jagat, give up this drishya jagat means what? You can't run away from the jagat. There is no entry for the jagat in your mind. You are not interested in the jagat. As a result, you are not thinking of any drishya in the jagat, because what you think of is an entity of your interest. To get something, you have discovered the drishya jagat is totally incapable of giving any joy that I want. Therefore, you are no more interested in that. So therefore, as the result, idam drishyam santyajate. Tad, again, tada, then. Achittaha mokshavanasi. You are the one who has no mind. You are the one who is liberated in nature. So therefore, everything is centered in the mind, preoccupied in the vishayas. Therefore, do this. Continue.
Naham nedamiti dhyayan tishtattvamachala chalaha.
Stop. Aham na idam na iti dhyayan. Tvam achala chalaha tishtat. Aham na. Aham means ahankara or jiva. I am not the ahankara, the one with identity of the body. I am not the jiva, samsari. No. Idam na. None of these drishya entities in the drishya jagat is me. I am distinct from them. Iti dhyayan. Meditating like this, whereby your preoccupation them will go. Your mind will be antarmukha. It will be nirvikalpa. It will get abide in your swarupa. So therefore, that way, dhyayan, meditating, remain. How? You are tvam achala achala adishta. By meditating, you remain like this. How? Achalaha. Achalaha eva achalataya tishta. Achala can mean mountain. What that means? Mountain, how is stationary, non-moving, like a mountain without non-moving, without vikshepa, remain in your swarupa. Read next 2 lines.
आत्मनो जगतश्चान्तः दृष्टदृश्यदशान्तरे दृष्टृदृश्यदशान्तरे दर्शनाख्यं स्वमात्मानं सर्वदा भावयन् भव
आत्मनः जगतः च अन्तः द्रष्टृ दृश्य दशान्तरे दर्शनाख्यं स्वम् आत्मानं सर्वदा भावयन् भव. The dhyayan tishtan was told. Dhyan tishtan. Remain meditating. How to meditate? Like this. Atmanah jagatah cha anta. In between Atma and Jagat means I, Chaitanya Atma, and Drishya Jagat. Between these two, in other words, what it means is Drishya Dasha, Drashtra Drishya Dashantar. In these two facets of one is Drashta, Chaitanya Sakshi Atma, Drishya, perceived Jagat. In between this, what is the identity? Chaitanya Rupa Atma, free from upadhis. Dashantare. That's what is called as Darshanakyam Swamatmanam. Swamatmanam. One Swarupa, which is Darshanakyam, called Darshana means the very knowledge principle. The very knowledge principle. So that very knowledge principle. Sarvada bhavayan bhava. Remain always meditating on that Chaitanya Tattva, which is in between these means what? Is the Adhisthana. Is the basis of these two. Drashta, Drishya. Or oneself and Jagat. Remain like that. Continue. 3 lines together.
स्वाद्य स्वादक संत्यक्तम स्वाद्य स्वादक मध्यगम स्वदनं केवलं ध्यायन् परमात्ममयो भव अवलम्ब्य निरालम्बं मध्ये मध्ये स्थिरो भव
Swadhya Swadaka Santyaktam. Swadhya Swadaka Madhyagam. Kevalam Swadanam Dhyayan Paramatma Mayo Bhava. Swadhya means Bhogya. Swadaka is Bhokta. Having given up Bhogya and Bhokta. What you take to? The entity which is in between them. In between them, in the sense, as the basis of them, as the adhishthana of them. So that is that. Swadhya, Swadakam, Madhyakam. That which is in between, as the basis, adhishthana of Swadhya, Bhogya, and Bhokta. Chaitanya. Kevalam Swadanam. It is of the nature of mere Swadana. Swadana means bhoga in terms of experience, in the sense all bhogas, no doubt through upadhis, have to fall at the feet, there's no feet there, at Chaitanya level only, without which no experience, no knowledge is ever possible. So therefore, Swadanam means the bhoga, the entity because of which bhoga is possible. In the sense, Chaitanya only. Kevalam Swadanam Dhyayan. Simply meditate on that Chaitanya, because of which all our experiences 24/7 are possible. Paramatma Mayo Bhava. Become Paramatma Swarup. See, this is meditation. But abhyasa, repeatedly dwell on that. Otherwise, never does meditation becomes something great, something. Those who sell the goods of meditation only themselves don't know what it is. They charge you according to your purse. This is meditation. This is what you have to remind yourself through and through. Remind yourself through and through to the exclusion of all other thoughts. What does meditation want? All do meditate, but on the entity or whatever it may be that they are interested in. You can investigate, conduct a research. Everyone thinks of one thing or other all the time. And that one thing or other is the entity of a total interest or the means to get it. It need not be the entity only, but it is on the means, sadhana, to procure it. So what is necessary? Vichara, inquiry. What I really want. This is what even Bhagavan Krishna says. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te dhyanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Tadvidhi. Know that means to discover this. Pranipatena, have a right attitude. Pariprashna, inquiry. Conduct inquiry. It's not sermon, thou shalt, otherwise, like no. It's the truth. Inquire about it. You have mistaken it. So that vichara is very important. So that is how Kevalam Swadanam Dhyayan. That Chaitanya Anubhava Swarupa, which is called as Bhoga, because without which Bhoga, experience is not possible. Paramatma Mayo Bhava. In short, it means Madhye Madhye. Madhye Madhye means in between Drashta and Atma, or Drashta and Drishya. Niralambam Avalambya. The entity which is Niralamba. Niralamba means what? Without any support, means which is not dependent on anything, which is independent, self-existing, self-evident entity. A self-existing entity may be there, but to know it, something else is required. And that's what? It depends on that something else because of which it can be known. No. Self-existent, self-evident entity. And such entity need necessarily be limitless. Otherwise, it will be destructible. And limitless entity has to be Paramananda Swarup. Bhuma, Analpa, that which is limitless, is what? Ananda. Bhuma is Ananda, not Vishyananda. Swarupa Ananda. So thereby Dhyayan Paramatma Mayo Bhava. Madhye Madhye Niralambam Avalambya Sthiraha. Be steadfast in that. Now, a word of caution. Remember where all it started? Krishna, insatiable thirst for sense pleasure. Please be careful about it. There's a caution. You have to take precaution. Because very, very difficult to check. And it is you only who has to help yourself. Shastra Acharya may guide you. They may point out, go proceed this way. Finally, it is you who has to put forth the efforts. Don't expect some pony guru who will make you sit on his back and carry to moksha. There are many things in the Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, which can be done by proxy. Great Yajnayagas are there. Who does? Highly qualified Ritviks. But for who? Result is for who? Yajamana. So therefore, after the successful completion of the yaga, Yajamana offers the dakshina to the Ritviks. It means the legitimately the result goes to Ritviks who have done it. But they have not done for themselves, they have done for the Yajamana. So therefore, Yajamana gives the dakshina and purchases the result. And how much dakshina? Vedas have specified. Not our type of dakshina. Ganesh Chaturthi, Pujari comes, dakshina, how much? ₹1.25. हमारे बाप ज्यादा देते थे ₹1.25. Nobody will accept nowadays. It is specified by the Shastras. My dear sir, like that, don't expect any help, extraneous help here. For the jnani, okay? So you do something and give me moksha, I'll pay your fees. You say, what fees? I don't want anything from you. Why should I? I don't need anything at all. The entire world has nothing to get or nothing to lose. Just who are you to give me something or who are you to take something from me? But out of compassion, he will guide you. He will point out, proceed this way. But you have to proceed. So therefore, don't expect here the actual help or effort by others, except knowing the right means for which Acharya Shastra are necessary. Read 39.
रज्जुबद्धा विमुच्यन्ते तृष्णाबद्धा न केनचित् तस्मान्निदाघतृष्णात्वं त्यज संकल्पवर्जनात्
Rajjubadha vimuchyate. Trishnabadha kenachit na vimuchyante. Nidagha tasma tvam sankalpa varjana. Tvam sankalpa varjana. Trishnam teja. Rajjubadha baddha. Rajwa baddha. Those who are bound by a rope means are tied up by the rope. Vimuchyante. Some compassionate person can come and what? Untie the rope and release the person. Like that, Krishna abadha kenachit na vimuchyante. Those who are tied by this insatiable hankering for the sense pleasure cannot be relieved by any other person other than oneself. Therefore, nidagha, see, because this Krishna, this thirst for sense pleasure is such that as you grow old, it goes on increasing and increasing only. Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vruddho yati grihitva dandam tadapi na munchati asha pindam. Asha pinda, this ball of what? Hankering for sense pleasure, thirst for sense pleasure. Even if this person condition like this, it doesn't live. Angam galitam, body has become weak. Palitam mundam, hair has become grey. Dashana vihinam jatam tundam, mouth is now having no more teeth. Vruddho yati grihitva dandam. This person has become old, cannot walk. He has to take a stick and walk. Tadapina munchati asha pinda. And yet, asha pinda, this thirst for sense pleasure doesn't give up. On the contrary, what becomes more and more young, more and more vehement. So therefore, nobody else can help you except yourself. Except yourself. Others means Guru, Acharya, Shastra can point out the direction. No doubt, if they do, and you have to take that help. But final effort is on our part only. Therefore, Nidaga, Tasmat, Krishnam Tvam Tyaja. How to give up? Sankalpa Varjana. Sankalpa Varjana. Your Sankalpa is Vishaya Smarana. Varjana, by avoiding. Vishaya Smarana, thinking of sense object in terms of its assumed capacity to give you happiness. I'll get this, I'll be happy like this, etc. You just throw on it some values which are not there in it. And thereby you get caught up. That is Sankalpa. Don't think of the Vishaya at all. Out of mind, out of sight. What can it do? Remember Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Dhyayato Vishayan Pusaha Sangrasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha. By Vishaya Chintana, the preeti, love for that Vishaya takes place. And that preeti, love, crystallizes in terms of kama, desire. Kama, desire. So therefore, Vishaya Sankalpa, Vishaya Smarana, get rid of it. We'll continue. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ